Recording.
Okay. This is my family. These are my 3 adults for my presentation here. He is in fact an adult. He turned 18 last September and he's graduating in a week. So, also he's in the Army, so definitely an adult. Those are not adults, but they're not part of this presentation really. He's sick. I hope that doesn't really affect things at all, but whatever. Now I'm going to start this stopwatch right here for the presentation. And then, you'll see right now it says 00. It's playing. Go. Okay. Greetings, Smith Foundation. My name is Matthias Anderson. I am the General Manager of the Young Programmers Foundation, and I have a proposal to share with you all today. As you know, computer literacy is one of the most vital skills of our age. Computers are just becoming such a big part of our lives and our world. There's not a lot you can do today without using a computer. You can't really manage your banking stuff without a computer. You can't get a job without a computer. It's really vital you know how to do this stuff. However, few children are being properly taught the underlying basics of computers, like how they actually work underneath the code, underneath the programming. Like, how many kids these days know how a computer actually is programmed and stuff? Not a lot of them. It's not really something that's being taught in schools. And the Young Programmers Foundation is our main goal is to fix this issue and enrich the lives of children in central Wisconsin with programming knowledge. Our grant proposal is to implement programming classes into early elementary schools in the Wausau area. Our focus, as I just said, is in the Wausau area, and we are seeking a budget of $25,000. Before we go into any more detail, I want to talk a bit about who the Young Programmers Foundation is. We are a recently formed group, formed about 6 months or so ago, with our dedication is giving children programming literacy. That's our main focus of our organization. We are a group of 5 developers and educators working to do this, and I am the general manager of our group. Our project plan, as I've stated, is to implement programming curriculum into early elementary schooling in the Wausau area, specifically in the first, second, and third grade, I should say. Why you might be wondering why this would be an important thing to teach, first graders, but there is a lot of rising opportunities in the job industry in the next few decades for technology careers and IT careers and stuff that would be very valuable to kind of get kids in on a bit early with some fun early programming assignments and such. Give them experience with this sort of thing, and hey, maybe they'll like it and be like, oh, I really like this stuff, and they'll try to continue pursuing that as they get older and older. But not only that, there are a lot of education benefits to these kind of curriculums. They really help stimulate their young minds in 4 key areas that our research has indicated. First, it helps improve their computational thinking. Computational thinking being basically your ability to break a problem down to steps, going step by step by step. You might and the reason for this is when you're programming something, it's basically giving a computer a set of instructions to go through, giving them this step, the next step, and the next step, and time to do all those steps. When you're asking children to program stuff like that, breaking stuff down to steps, it helps them think of how to apply that kind of thinking to real world situations, like how do I do this thing? Okay, I'm going to figure out how to do this step and this step, break it down all these steps, and it really helps stimulate that kind of thinking. Next is sequential thinking, which is basically the kind of thinking that putting things into order and recognizing the order things are supposed to be in. It's a kind of thinking that in early childhood is really important when you're trying to teach them literacy and reading comprehension. And programming helps really stimulate that as well and get them, it helps improve that development much earlier on than they might have otherwise. Not only that, as you may imagine, it really is a good area for them to get really creative in. Computer programming opens up a big kind of wide open sandbox for children to explore different solutions to problem. A teacher can okay, I want you to figure out how to solve this problem by yourself, children. And they can explore different areas and methods to do that. Really stretching out their own creativity and stimulating that stuff. And then lastly, it helps really bolster the curiosity as well. You can teach a student how the underlying principles of a program actually works. And you're like, okay, here is a simple game, students. Now I'm going to teach you how to make this game yourself. And then when a student learns all that, can be thinking, oh, that's really cool. But So wait, if that's how that program works, how's like Minecraft work or something like that? It makes them really think about this stuff and like ask questions, which you want young students to do. And here we have a projected timetable for the project going through year 1 through year 5, starting with assembling a curriculum, getting it approved, performing a test run in a like a single school, just like test out the curriculum in like a limited setting, then slowly expanding out that who has the curriculum until we get to year 5, where if everything goes as planned, the curriculum will be fully implemented throughout the Wausau School District. Next, we have the project budget, where exactly we're putting the money you would be giving us. There are 3 main areas we're going to be focusing our budget, and the first one will be in developing the curriculum, really working out like every single assignment and activity that will be going along with the program. We already have some initial ideas of how to do this, but we really need funding to really kind of expand those ideas, get help from advisors and companies that have already been kind of working on this sort of thing, get their advice on how to make a really solid and fun curriculum for our students. Next, we have resource acquisition, basically getting the supplies and stuff necessary to actually, do all this stuff, like getting licenses for programs, getting physical handouts and stuff for students, and in some situations we may even have to give more computers to certain schools if they don't have enough. We don't have that information at this time, but we want to be prepared to help bolster the ability for the schools to actually let the students do this stuff with more computers and such. Last is advertising, which hopefully should not be a particularly large part of our spending, but it's basically talking to the school board and the parents, getting them on board with this stuff, and getting them to support this curriculum and allowing us to implement it in the schools. And here is our projected cost for our project: consulting $2,500, software costs $500, hardware costs, etc. All ending in a budget proposal of $25,000, with also a bit of emergency spending in case some costs are higher than we expect. Take a moment to look at that. Next, we have the actual project evaluation, how we evaluate the actual success of the project. Again, we have 3 main criteria we're going to be evaluating the project with, as I like the rule of 3s. The first one, though, is a bit smaller, or at least a bit simpler than the other 2. The first one is just how much is the program accepted, how many people and school districts and stuff can we get actually, working on the project and stuff. It's kind of a bit simple. If no one accepts it, the project's obviously a failure, but it's kind of a simple criteria, obviously. Next is the actual grades of the students, how well they're doing in the curriculum in the classes, how badly they're doing. If we see a lot of students are failing an assignment, we can, okay, there's something wrong with this assignment, we're going to reevaluate and see if we can make it better. And like everyone is succeeding in one assignment we thought was going to be hard, and we're like, oh, maybe this one's a bit too easy, maybe we can rework it, but to be more challenging for the students, that sort of thing. Oops. Then lastly, we have surveying, which we're going to be sending surveys out to like the parents and the teachers to get their more direct thoughts on how the curriculum is going. Like, how easy is it for the teachers to teach it, how entertained the students seem to be by it, and for the parents, what their actual thoughts on their students, their children learning this stuff is, and how excited they can see their children is after they, like, are they talking about it after they come home from school, that sort of thing. Like, get some thoughts from them that we can easily, organize and evaluate. Now, to summarize, our programming class, we're going to have programming classes for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd graders if our curriculum is implemented. We have a requested budget of $25,000. Money is going into curriculum development, equipment, and advertising. We will be primarily evaluating the students' grades and surveying results. And in conclusion, children really need to understand these core concepts of computing. It'll really help them develop in our growing technology-filled world and kind of understand just how everything works a little bit more. Children have been shown to enjoy these programming classes. Our studies have shown you children exposed to these classes, when they're well put together, really get entertained by them. They have a lot of fun programming stuff with the right kind of curriculum. Parents have been seen to be excited by the children's knowledges, like they're very interested in what their children are learning through these classes. And our future will be brighter with more understanding of computers and more knowledge of what they do. Let me jump check quick. 9 minutes is about an hour, minute over. You can show everyone's there. They didn't leave. Any questions?
No,
Oh, it was
good.
pretty good.
It's adequate.
They're really fine critics here. As you can, this is a very refined board of directors and stuff. You can see here
Really laid back.
wearing pajama pants, shorts, and winter jackets, and wrapped up in a blanket with a chihuahua.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it.
Hopefully, hope you enjoyed it.